guys, welcome to our November compilation video. This will be the video where we tell you about all of the expected kit releases for the month of November. It is a kind of a short month here. We have not the Notebook of Knowledge in quite a while, so there you go, guys. For the old timers who've been around here, you know that I used to do that pretty much every time I did one of these videos. I haven't done it for a while. There are, like I said, a very slim pickings. There are no Aoshima spot runs for the month, so there's not going to be anything coming out other than some new kits, or at least some retooled versions of some kits. Fujimi has a few things, Hasegawa is doing a few reissues, and then there's not a whole heck of a lot coming out of the United States either this month. Very slim pickings there as well. So, anyway, guys, we always do with these videos. We'll start on the domestic side of things. So, Revell, yeah. No fourth quarter flyer, so there's not a whole heck of a lot going on here. Mainly because we're all just still trying to catch up from, the distributor, not the distributor, but the contractor change. Because, whether Revell ever admitted in public, they changed tooling contractors this year, and that's why a lot of things are behind. And we'll see what else the fallout is of that. I've heard some interesting rumors, but I don't know how true any of them are regarding how much tooling they actually have and how much tooling they don't, because apparently the last place went bankrupt and some stuff might have got seized. And, we'll see. So anyway, for Revell, you've got the 72 Oldsmobile Indy 500 pace car. This is the Venerables 1972 Oldsmobile Cutlass convertible tooling. Basically, the 442 tool. It's got those wheels, but it's got the new decals for the Indy 500 pace car. It's got a Linda Vaughn figure. Not exactly sure why there, because I assume Linda Vaughn Hurst. I don't know, but whatever. Also, sort of breaking ground here from the way they would be with these things. Usually, they are going to include both tops, quote unquote, with this, so you can do the up top and the convertible. Anybody who knows anything about Revell kits, and especially the Cutlass, knows that when the 442 came out, there was no up top for it. It only had the convertible boot, and then they did the Cutlass Supreme custom kit, and that had the up top in it. So if you wanted to make an up top Hurst convertible, you had to buy two kits. So that will eliminate that problem, probably because the Cutlass Supreme custom now, we probably never see that kit get reissued. I don't want to say ever again, because of course, it's not that ominous, but now that they're actually releasing, the convertible with the ability to have both the up and down in it, chances are the custom will not come back around, or at least not for a long time, because, the biggest problem was the custom sort of had a limited run compared to the Hurst kit and sold out. I actually don't know where you could find one. Most of my hobby shops don't have one either. They were all bought up for the top. And putting this kit out now will bring back the ability to have the convertible top again, actually in one kit. It'd be great if they just threw the 442 decals in the kit too and just call it a day and be like, here it is, all as one. Stop your complaining. The other kit that's going to be coming out is the Revell of Germany U.S. distribution of the Porsche 918 with the Weissach Sport Package. Expect the 918 to get a U.S. boxing sometime in 2016. I got that all but confirmed for concretely, but the last of the Revell of Germany boxings of it for now is that Weissach version that we talked about that has the livery options for Martini or Golf or Salzburg from Studio 27, and it comes with the Martini decals in the kit. So we'll get a U.S. distribution of that in November. Over at Round 2, two kits. Reissue of the 58 Impala. Of course, for Round 2, it's all reissues, but reissue of the 58 Impala. That's, of course, the old 3-in-1. They're going to mold that in two different ways, so you have to pay attention to the boxes when you get them. It's going to be molded in white, and then it's going to be molded in gold. So if you want one or the other, make sure that you either look for the sticker, because usually they have a sticker on the box cover that'll say molded in whatever, or if you flip the box over, for anybody who's never realized this, the Round 2 puts the parts layout, like the parts tree runners and the parts runners, in shadow on the bottom of the box, and with that layout, it will say all parts molded in blank except for chrome, rubber, blah, blah, blah. So that, again, will say all parts molded in white or all parts molded in gold. That is a straight-up two different boxings. It's not a catch the cat and you find a gold one. It's going to be offered both ways. So, again, pay attention so you don't end up with something you don't want. The new parts to that, you get Retro Deluxe box art, so, of course, why not? Expanded decal sheet for the drag version because it is a 3-in-1 kit. You can build it stock, custom, or drag. And they are going to have pad-printed tires that are going to be wide white walls on one side and gold pinstripes on the other. They're really pushing this gold angle for some reason. And then the other reissue is the 1971 Dodge Charger with the Dirty Donnie tie-in, much like the 70 Pro Street and the van, big wild graphics. So you get new decal sheet for that, obviously. They're going to include smoke-tinted windows. You get box art. All the Dirty Donnie boxes are not retro boxes because they're brand new boxes. So, but it's in that vein. If you've seen the van, if you've seen or the Fantasy, or you've seen the Pro Street Coronet, or I guess it was a Coronet, right? The 70, then you know what you're getting into as far as the box goes. That, and this is a little, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's mildly annoying. They're going to have, like I said, the new decals. They're supposed to include all the decals you need. The 71 Charger was much like several other kits, like the Baldwin Motion Camaro, where you did not get a complete set of decals to make the kit out. They're going to include those decals this time around, but it's going to be molded in pearl orange. All of them. Now, again, not to catch the cat, ooh, there's a special pearl orange one. They're all going to be metallic orange. The car is supposed to be metallic orange as far as what Dirty Donnie drew up for the decals, but, for anybody who's just looking for a 71 Dodge Charger, because it's not going to have any new parts in it, it's just going to be the straight reissue of the kit, I think, you want that in white so you get your options rather than pearl orange. I would not be all surprised if some point in 2016 that gets reissued in white, if enough people complain about the pearl orange thing. If nobody complains, then it's going to be in pearl orange. Going overseas, we may, at least that was the schedule, is the itinerary tooling of the Ferrari 250 short wheelbase should be coming out of Revell, Germany. It'll probably be December or January before that comes out in the United States. And then Aoshima, we've got some new kits. These are stuff they announced back at the All Japan Hobby and Model Show. That being the TE71 Toyota Corolla 1600 GT Late Edition. Again, a very few little modified pieces and decals to make it the last of the production run for the TE71 Corolla chassis. And then you're getting the Liberty Walk, Nissan Skyline, what they call the Hakasuka, which is the very first generation GTR, well, the Skyline in general, but the GTR is what you think about. That's like the 68 and to 71, I guess. That's going to be that's the 4-door, and it's going to be the one that's inspired by the race car. I think it was the car that ran the 1971 All Japan Grand Prix. And then you're going to have the Liberty Walk Ken and Mary, which is the 1973-ish Nissan Skyline 4-door that they did at Liberty Walk to update and, as their little display piece for 2015. So a little few bits and bobs being added to these kits, different flare packages, things like that. But for the most part, I saw somebody complain on Aoshima's Facebook page about the fact that these were predictable releases and stuff like that. Look, Liberty Walk has X number of these old Nissans, and Aoshima has these old Nissan tools that are the best car vintage stuff. So, like we always say about the Liberty Walk kits, they're not meant to be, contest models in the sense of being like, ooh, look at my chassis, because it's all got the old motorized stuff in it. But it's all about the exterior and what the car looks like. Obviously, the race car is a tribute to the race car. It's lowered, it's big flares, it's everything. It's not an actual race car kit. If you want the race car kit, go buy the Fujimi kit. Hasegawa reissuing 3 classic rally cars. The Lancia Stratos HF, then the All Italia sponsorship that won the 77 Monte Carlo Rally. The Lancia 037, which, as we talked about before, the Stratos is a curbside. The Lancia is somewhat full detail, and that is the winner of the 84 Tour de Corse Rally. And then the Lancia Super Delta, which is more curbside, and that is representing the 1992 World Rally Championship Manufacturers Championship, not in a specific race, but just the car overall. And then Fujimi has a few things coming out, and they are the Mitsubishi Fuso dump truck. Now, we just talked about the car hauler coming out on Friday for the Hino Super Dolphin. This is the dump truck version of the Mitsubishi Fuso, which is all this old 124 scale Mitsuya tooling. The 1999 Mitsubishi, 1999 Lamborghini Diablo Super Veloce. That's coming with window trim for the first time. The Ferrari 512 Boxer Berlinetta and what they call the BBI. The BBI is has the Bosch K-Tronic fuel injection that went through pretty much every sports car in Europe. The Countach had it, the 512 had it. There's something else that I'm forgetting that also had that K-Tronic injection to it. So the 512BB was just done not that long ago in the Circuit Noonami at the beginning of the year. The 512BBI has a slightly different front fascia. The driving lights, the fog lights, are exposed rather than hidden. And then it also includes, while these kits don't have full engines, you couldn't take them out and transplant them into something else, but they're more robust than just like the engine top that you get all out of Fujimi kits. The BBI includes the fuel-injected parts versus the carbureted version that the Boxer Berlinetta has. So it's sort of a two-in-one. Those were separate kits at one point. The BBI, one of those that we talked about, the BBI hasn't been around for quite a long time. So your opportunity to, if you want to have the specific BBI version, you're going to have to get this two-for kit. I want to say that's running, the Diablo is running in at $18. The Ferrari, I believe, is $14. And then they're doing the Audi Quattro 20 valve. That is a curbside kit, and I don't remember we talked about this when this kit was announced, but the Audi Quattro kit, because it shares parts with two other Audi what are they, 190s, I guess, doesn't have actual Quattro drive. There's not a four-wheel drive chassis underneath that. It has the same rear-wheel drive chassis that the other two Audis have. So if you're looking for that, sorry. The Audi is running, again, about $18. And then they're doing one easy kit, which is molded in color, has a whole bunch of stickers for all of the painted parts, like window trim and stuff like that. And that is going to be the Daihatsu Midget, which is the tiny little one-seater K utility truck, if you want to call it that. And that's it for November, guys. So, again, it's a slow month, not a whole heck of a lot to look forward to. I have a few things, a couple of those Fujimi kits on order. I don't have any of the Fujimi Diablos. The 99 Diablo, of course, is the one with the slightly updated body style, front fascia, and stuff like that from the original Diablo. I need every different version of the Ferrari guy, so I'm getting the BBI kit, even though I have the BB, because I want to build the fuel injected version. And I think that's pretty much it. I'll get the 918. More than likely. Well, I will, because I have the decals in order to build the Salzburg version. So, there's a few things, picking up some odds and ends here, but there's no big mass, oh my god, we got to have this kind of thing. Japan is off tomorrow on Tuesday for some reason. I'm not sure. It's not election day over there, but for whatever reason, they're closed. I did not look up the holiday. And so it won't be tomorrow, but hopefully by Friday we'll have some December spot runs to talk about, maybe the November Studio 27 stuff. We're starting to roll into the announcement portions. We'll see what kind of Christmas we're going to have as far as that goes. And I guess that's it, guys. So blather, blather, blather. We'll see you guys on the other side.